ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
I love that video so much. It's brilliant. Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas and welcome to This Is Why We Fight. I'm Jo.
And I'm Jordan.
Hello. Lots of Merry Christmases in the chat. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Merry Christmas to one and all. Who's it? English Will. Look at you. First in. Europa News. Hello, Jordan. Who else have we got? Oh, look at you two hogging the chat. It's taken me a while to find anyone else. Andrew is here. Good evening, Andrew. And Merry Christmas to you. And Xanth, Merry Christmas. Sir Francis, Merry Christmas. Scary Keck there. I don't know why Keck is scared. I don't know what you think we've got planned for this evening. There's nothing to worry about, I promise you.
A horror show.
Mr. 216, Merry Christmas.
To be fair, there is one thing coming up in particular that is a genuinely frightening image.
Oh, well, that's true. That's true. We got some treats for you this evening. Oh, yes. Merry Christmas, my stepdad. That you're just my stepdad now because it just works so well.
What up, my stepdad?
What up, my stepdad?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. Yes, Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you're all in the holiday spirit. I hope you're all looking forward to it. We hope that after tonight, you'll be in the spirit a little bit more. Before we continue, we were trying to arrange a music stream. And just for clarification, we will be having that music stream. It won't be this evening.
It will not be in the format that was expected.
No. We had a few issues with the way that DJ Mark was able to do it. It couldn't be done on our stream. So what we're going to do is on Wednesday of next week, make sure I get this right this time, Wednesday being the 22nd, same time as normal, we're going to have our Christmas music stream, and then we're going to send you all, for anyone who wants something a bit more lively, over to Mark. So,
he has a stream title.
Go on.
Are you ready for it? The imagination, it just oozes out of this one.
Go on.
Painkiller's Christmas Party.
Wow, there you go. Christmas party. Painkiller. Hopefully you won't need painkillers after. But yes, so again, we cannot thank Mark enough for being willing to do this. And we're absolutely gutted that, we couldn't do it the way we'd hoped originally. But this way you get 2 Christmas parties, essentially. So yay, it's a win for us. So that will be next Wednesday. So this is our last Friday stream. Next Wednesday is our last stream of the year. So just wanted to get that out there. Should we start the show and get to the other stuff, or do you want to get that done now? I think we'll leave that till nearer the end.
I thought you were becoming Shawadi for a moment. Do you know, I was so intent on telling that joke, I completely tuned out everything else you were saying.
Yeah, because it makes no sense whatsoever. But okay. Yes, I think we'll start with a couple of really good articles we found.
Oh, fair enough. We start there. Okay. I
Did
always
you not want to do that?
No. I always enjoy our ability to coordinate things. It's my personal favourite thing about this stream.
Yes. Yeah, we're always on the same page. Can't you tell? While you're setting that up, a few late arrivals here. Good evening, Roy, and Merry Christmas to you. Lovely of you to join us. Thank you so much for taking the time. And of course, the one and only Philomena, whose middle names are both bacon and chocolate. So there you go. Let's get on with this. So we found these articles. These are hilarious. And Tom Peace has just arrived. Good evening, Tom, and Merry Christmas. It never ceases to amuse me how foreigners, and I'm going to make this massive assumption here, you'll find out why in a moment, tend to write about us and our traditions. It's rather lovely, parts of it, but parts of it are just weird. So anyway, Jordan, I'm going to let you read for a moment while I...
We must do the same to them, though. It's because we're outsiders looking in and we don't understand the other person's culture. So we look around and then we come across some weird traditions. We don't know that they're weird. Much in the same way that the people who wrote this don't know that they're weird.
But we don't make stuff up.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. I don't believe they've made anything up. I think
Oh, they definitely have.
one thing in particular I really hope they've made up purely because it sounds vile. But beyond that, everything else is normal, I think.
Okay, well, over to you, narrator. Carry on.
Thank you. The supreme reader is now in. He's entered the chat.
Court is in session,
Apparently,
people. Listen up.
apparently, the start of Christmas in England is known as Advent. I thought that was something that was the whole of Christendom.
It is. But never mind. Never mind facts. Just read.
Advent calendar.
One sec, sorry. Mr. 262 says, hard to understand decorating trees when you might have a leopard in it at home. We're not stereotyping people at all. Carry on.
No, never. Never would we do such a thing. It's known as Advent. Advent calendars are a countdown to Christmas and start 4 Sundays before Christmas. I have only ever seen Christmas calendars that start on the 1st and they run to the 25th. I've never seen one that says Sunday.
Yes, I don't know what their obsession is with 4 Sundays before Christmas. If the 1st of December starts on a Monday, you've lost an entire week.
Good.
How does that work? All that chocolate?
Well,
No.
maybe what they mean is you then have some sort of bumper crop on Christmas.
Well, I don't know. I think we ought to ask Philomena what she thinks of this. Philomena, what do you think about chocolate rations? I know she's going to hate it. Good evening, English bird, and Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, there's no way this begins on a Sunday.
No, under decor.
But these people are getting this information from somewhere, though, aren't they?
Apparently, the traditional tree is the fir tree.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I didn't. I don't know if it's true either. But carry on.
I'm not sure what sort of tree people normally put up.
Oh, palm tree for me. What about the rest of the chat? Zant says, what? I lived in an advent calendar one Christmas. It was freezing. All the doors and windows were open. Good evening, Reboot, and Merry Christmas to you. And Merry Christmas to you, Zant.
Now that I've finished spitting my tea out. Caroling away, evening carol service and midnight masses are an old English tradition that are upheld even today.
But they're not. Again, Christendom. This is not an England-only thing.
Exactly. Beyond that, the midnight mass thing kind of at the same time the Catholics went. Mumming is one of the most popular English traditions.
It's not, though. It's Italian. But okay, carry on.
It's when... Oh, it's that thing. It's the pantomime.
Yes.
It's when artists called mummers wear masks and enact Christmas plays in towns or villages. The play depicts struggle between good and evil and are, in a way, based on St. George and the Dragon.
That's a stretch. Good evening, Silverback, and Merry Christmas.
You told me that this mumming is pantomime.
Not necessarily. I said that mummers were it was an old Italian term for actors. And it's been around. It has been around for a long, long time, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. It didn't originate in England, though. It did come to England. And it may be the word mummers is English, but I'm pretty sure that's Italian as well. Or at least European.
Are you just... First off, European isn't a language. Secondly, are you saying it's Italian because Mamma Mia?
No, I know European isn't a language. Sure? I meant somewhere in Europe. Don't make me be pedantic. We've all seen
Chat's opinion on pantomimes. Joanne hates pantomimes, so does Andrew. So I want reasonable opinions from chat, quite honestly.
I think the most recent opinion has been given here. Did it arrive in a dinghy? What? That's a perfectly reasonable question.
No, I mean the reasonable answer of pantomimes, what people think of it.
Okay, right, pantomimes. Men dressed up as women on stage acting out essentially nonsense that's not important. I don't know. It just, to me, it's always seemed a bit wrong. I just don't like them. I don't see
It
the
sounds
point.
like the New Zealand Premier's press conference. I don't understand. What's the difference?
I don't see the point of them. There's nothing Christmassy about pantomimes, and yet they always seem to be a Christmas thing.
Yeah, they're fun. What's wrong with you?
Oh, the world loves a dame, says Simple Jack. Yeah, the trouble is most of the dames are dudes. No, I don't know. For me, it's a big fat no. Come on then, chat. Let's have a 1 in the chat if you like pantomime, and a 2 if you despise it like I do.
Does your despisement grow stronger every year?
Yes, and honestly, the more we talk about it, the more I despise it. Tom says I rate them above Punch and Judy. I don't particularly like Punch and Judy, but I like.
Why don't you like Punch
But I
and
like
Judy?
the idea of puppet shows.
Why do you not like Punch and Judy?
I just don't like the voices. It's creepy. It's just creepy.
What sort of voices would you prefer they have?
Not little tiny like miniature witch voices, maybe.
But they are miniatures.
Okay, I'll tell you what. For me, Punch and Judy for me is the equivalent of forcing a child to watch Watership Down.
What the hell?
It's not suitable for children.
What do you mean it's not suitable for children? It's a children's thing.
Yeah, well, it depends who's running it, I suppose. There are a lot of things that used to be suitable for children.
No, it's always been
no
for
longer.
children. It was designed for children in the 1600s or whenever they came out with Punch and Judy.
Well, if you going back to this lovely website, they might tell us when Punch and Judy first originated, probably in Senegal or something, and then they used to wear beach balls on their head. Let's find out what they say.
Gifts galore. Family and friends place gifts for each other's. For other family members under the Christmas tree. Don't ask why I can't read. The gifts are opened in the afternoon or after the dinner feast. Joe, when do you open Christmas presents?
First thing in the morning.
Yeah, I'm with you on the first thing in the morning. When does everybody else open them?
There you go.
You wake up. You open the presents.
I do think it depends if you have young children. Young children are not going to sit and wait for you to have breakfast and or dinner, and cups of tea or coffee or whatever it is you imbibe on a Christmas morning. They're not going to wait until you sat down and done all of that and had your dinner before they open the presents. No way.
Andrew has his after breakfast.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah,
Tom is in my boat immediately.
The only way I could get my children to wait until we'd had breakfast was if I made a fry up, and Christmas was one of the few times I did it, and they loved them.
I thought he was going to say if you sedated them.
But when they were very small, I mean, like old enough to walk, but small enough to be really super excited, they'd come and wake me up about 5 o'clock in the morning and say, "Can we open our presents now?" So there was no breakfast then. Did
you appreciate that?
Oh, I loved it. Of course I did. Never mind, I've been sat up until about 2 in the morning wrapping presents or doing last minute things. English Bird says, we had this argument last year, lol. Do tell, English Bird.
I do agree, we did have it.
Ooh, Reboot says, I think this is cheating, don't you? When I was a kid, we opened our presents at 1 minute past midnight.
No, that's cheating. You have to go to bed.
I will say, Reboot, did you not feel a bit hard done by, though, when you got up the next day and there were no presents to open?
Yeah, that's cheating, but you're just cheating yourself.
Yeah. Can we just say, hello, Boudica, and Merry Christmas, my dear. Have you added Boudica's thing to your list?
I have indeed.
Good.
We'll be coming to those probably after this one, maybe after the next one.
Yes. Oh, Simple Jack is going to be right back, going for some mince pies and cream. Very nice.
Ooh, yummy. Now, I would also say that this website claims that they are stockings. So I'm just saying.
Hey, look, they can't be wrong about everything.
I'm just saying it sounds as if
We're not having the Christmas stocking argument again.
We had it organically yesterday. I can't even remember why.
So hang on, you've skipped straight over gifts, have you not?
What? Yeah, the Christmas stockings are very English custom. There are plenty of design colours that are gifted in their own. Apparently, somebody just gives you a Christmas sock and it's
What
like,
an
oh,
empty
present,
one.
good luck, lad. Flipping heck.
You give a child an empty Christmas stocking and they're going to throw it in your face. Goes back
Food
to the
and
lump of
festival
coal.
go hand in hand. Christmas dinner is usually eaten by midday. And
No, not
only a
by.
type of
No.
porridge
No, stop protecting them. Not by midday. Midday.
is usually eaten midday. And only a type of porridge made from corn fermenti can be eaten before that. I hope everyone has got their buckets out for some yummy fermenti.
Does everyone understand this? So you must eat your dinner at midday and you can only eat this weird porridge before dinner. Apparently.
Flipping heck.
Frumenti. I've never even heard of a corn called frumenti, let alone a porridge.
I don't know where they've got this as a corn. I've just popped onto the knowledge foundry known as Wikipedia, and
Okay.
at no point is the word corn mentioned.
But does corn have an early life? That's the question.
No, it does,
it.
but only over in North America.
Andrew has some sage advice for us. See how I put that in there? You'll eat the frumenti and you'll be happy.
To be honest with you, I'm not sure even they'd give us fermenti. When you look at it, and we're going to be looking at it shortly. I'm not sure even they'd give it to us.
Tom raises a good point. Wasn't corn from the Americas? I do believe Tom is correct.
It was indeed.
So yeah.
I agree with Roy. This article is about as accurate as the CIA World Book entries.
Probably written by the CIA, to be fair. This is about as accurate as they get. So yes, so just for anyone who missed what we just said, you have to eat your dinner at midday, and you can only eat this frumenti corn type porridge prior to it. Nothing else.
Yummy.
Okay, what else can we have?
There are different kinds of dinners which are devoured for dinner.
Devoured
Dishes.
like the porridge was so bad that you're so hungry you're just shoveling the food down your neck.
Roasted turkey, not my jam, but fair enough. Sprouts,
Traditional. Yeah.
you know, not my jam, fair enough. Toffee pudding, 10 out of 10. Plum puddings, 10 out of 10 once again. Mince pies, definitely. Orange marmalade cake, 100% into that. The Yule log, and sauces like cranberry sauce or Cumberland sauce. I'd be honest, I'd never heard of Cumberland sauce until I looked it up. I then looked it up and it seems quite decent. Not something I would normally eat, but decent.
Very clever, Mr. 262. Yeah, plum puddings, toffee puddings. So on your dinner plate, you've literally got roast turkey and sprouts. Where's the rest? Oh,
Out of interest, I don't do turkey. Do you put your potatoes in with the turkey?
What, to roast?
Yes.
No, I tend to because there's a reason for it. The turkey has to cook at a certain temperature or it burns or dries out. And roast potatoes need to cook at a really high temperature. So I tend to put them in when I take the turkey out of the oven.
But then your turkey's going to go cold.
No, because it's covered in foil. I take the turkey out just before.
Oh, right. So you like to sweat your turkey?
I kind of part steam, part roast my turkey. So it cooks inside and out. And I take the turkey out about 20 minutes or so before I would normally, and then my roast potatoes go in. And then the turkey will continue to cook in its own heat and in its own juices. The roast potatoes need such a high temperature, it would burn the turkey and anything else that's in the oven. Unless you're lucky enough to have separate ovens.
Do you rest your steak?
Oh, yes. You have to.
Okay.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to, but if you don't rest it, you'll find that it's just leaking that blood-coloured juice everywhere. And rested steak is more tender because it all kind of snaps back into, I don't know, it relaxes the meat, the sinew and the fat. It all just relaxes back and it becomes super tender if you rest it.
I'm not sure I agree, but fair enough. Anyway, Boxing Day, this is the day after Christmas, the 26th of December.
Oh, just in case anyone was in any doubt, yeah.
On this day, boys go around collecting money and open the box once it's full. The content from this box is then given to the poor. This is how the English celebrate Christmas. Century-old traditions and customs are still an integral part of the culture. This is what makes the cold English Christmas so warm and bearable.
Okay, boys go around collecting money and open the box once it's full. The contents from this box are then given to the poor. Yes, in the 1800s. When was this written? Was this copied from a book that was circa Victorian times?
This was copied from a book that Mrs. Beaton's grandmother wrote.
Oh, yes.
But the latter part, this is what makes the cold English Christmas so warm and bearable. In comparison to most countries that celebrate Christmas, we're roasty toasty. Wouldn't really describe our Christmas as cold, would you?
No, I would say that, unfortunately, most of our Christmas days, unless you're in Scotland, bad luck or good luck, depending on what you like, most of our Christmas days are pretty overcast and damp, but they're not freezing cold. And we so rarely have a white Christmas, it's such a big deal for us, unless you are much further north. I can't remember if Scotland had a white Christmas last year. Is anyone up north or close enough to know? Well, no, they could be in the north of England. They may have had a white Christmas last year, or anyone in Scotland itself. Roy thinks this was written by Charles Dickens. What is that?
That's your fermenting.
Oh, no.
Now, if that doesn't strike your fancy, and I can understand why, looking at that a little bit on the grim-looking side. Right?
You think?
What you could do, you could spice it up a little bit by adding a couple of oranges. Look at that. It's improved. Look at the colour going on.
Do you know that looks like baked beans that you've let dry out? That looks awful.
It looks like baked beans if they've been strained and then you've added some milk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like making porridge with baked beans. Adding that orange, the nicest thing in that bowl now is the orange.
Even Oliver Twist wouldn't ask for a second.
Please, sir, don't give me any more. One Easy Money. This is not the last show of the year. It's the last Friday show. We'll be back for a music stream on Wednesday the 23rd. Yeah, I knew I was going to mess this up. Wednesday the 22nd on this channel. And then we'll be sending everyone across to DJ Mark, who'll be having a Christmas party. So it will be normal time as well, 7:30 start. Is that also supposed to be fermenty?
I believe this is the traditional recipe. And do you know what? That actually looks acceptable. That looks like rice pudding. That looks fine to me.
It looks like Rice Krispies in cream.
Well, yeah, it looks like rice pudding. And what I'm saying is that looks okay in comparison.
Roy doesn't agree. Neither does English Bird.
One minute, I'm sorry, you're telling me you'd rather the other ones over that?
No, I'm saying I'd rather have none of them. I'll just go without my frumenty.
1 minute, Andrew is sticking to his normal porridge. What's wrong with you? Why are you why are you so unadventurous? Why don't you want to get back in touch with your roots and history?
When did we last have frumenty as a nation?
As soon as we started growing oats.
As soon as we could open our eyes and see what it looked like.
Yeah, as soon as we invented candles. Apparently, in order to make it, it's actually remarkably simple. What you need is about 200 grams of pearl barley, about 4 milliliters of water, which is the weirdest measurement I have ever heard of. So I'm going to say a couple of teaspoons of water. You then need 125 millilitres of milk for some reason. And then you need 2 egg yolks and some salt.
Egg yolks, milk, water, and corn.
There is no corn in this recipe. I don't know where the other people got corn from.
You said You said fermenti was corn.
That's what they told me it was. But every recipe I look up, there's no corn mentioned, but barley.
So those lumps are barley.
Yes.
Right.
It makes it better. What I'm going to do, for anyone who's interested,
no one is.
I'm going to post the link in chat. Somebody may like to try. There you go.
Can I just ask, if anyone makes this and is brave enough to taste it, please tell us what you think and send in pictures or videos. But none of you actually throwing up, because standards. Oh yes, just for clarification, yes. Unfortunately, we're going to get a copyright strike if we have the music stream on YouTube. Yes. So just to be clear, you'll need to be on Odyssey or D Live for the stream on the for the music stream next week. So yeah, sorry about that, anyone who's on YouTube, but the channel will get a copyright strike. The stream will be immediately taken down. There's just no point.
Well, we found this out last week.
Yes.
There we were just criticising the bloody making people, and no, they weren't into it. They weren't happy.
So yes, sorry for that. If anyone doesn't already have D Live, we'll happily provide the link if you want it. If anyone wants to watch on Odyssey, you can. In fact, can anyone confirm that we're streaming on Odyssey because they've changed things? Can anyone confirm that we are live on Odyssey right now?
And in the meantime, go start a fire and light up, because you're going to burn your ashen faggot.
Yeah, this is amazing.
It must be said, it's an enormous fireplace. Look at the size of it. You could fall into it.
Well, many of us don't even have fireplaces anymore, unfortunately.
That must be a fireplace in a pub.
Good evening, Colin. Enormous. Merry Christmas to you. I'm trying to catch names. If I've missed anyone,
you've missed most people.
Give me a shout out now, and I will say Merry Christmas.
As I was saying, we're carrying on with our traditions. Apparently, burning the ashen faggot is a tradition that may date back to the Saxon Age and was once widespread in the west of England. I had never heard of this before. Had you, Joe?
No. It's a very distinctive name, ashen faggot. I think if you'd heard of it, you would not forget it. Has anyone in the chat heard of this particular tradition? We're on Odyssey. Yes, thank you for confirming.
Yay.
Brilliant. So that does work. Oh, yes. A fireplace. It doesn't work without a fireplace, does it?
It must be said, being up to 6 foot long, it's an enormous fire.
Yes, it is.
Imagine how hot that pub must be.
Well, like that lock-in that happened. We were saying, it must sort of suck, to be trapped away from your friends and family, or you're probably with your friends, let's be honest. But if you're stuck in a pub and you've got a massive fireplace, then, it's going to be a pretty damn good time, I would say. It's called Ashen Faggot. As you can see, we've lost Jordan temporarily. I don't know where he's going, but yes, I think every home should have an open fireplace. And I just think there's something, I don't know, comfy, cozy about a fireplace. That glow, that ember glow. You wouldn't need lights on, would you, if you had a nice fire? And Jordan is back. Are you back?
I am indeed back. I return. Hello, everybody. Joanne tried to kill me.
I did not.
Well, I'm just saying something happened.
If I did, I wouldn't pretend I didn't. We were just talking about the fireplace and just reiterating your point. Good. And I was saying that every home really should have a fireplace.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Aside from anything else, it's an emergency space to cook, should your power be cut or something.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway.
Did you want to get onto the Christmas decorations?
Yes, I think we ought to.
Good, we can bounce back and forth.
Yes. Who shall we show first? Your choice. Dealer's choice.
I think we should go with reboots first.
I do.
So there you go. You can play his video.
Right. So, a big thank you to everyone who took part in our Christmas decoration / ornament challenge. We've had some fantastic entries. I was going to say this year is the first time we've done it. It may be something we continue, but it goes to show that when you have the opportunity to be a little bit artistic, people really surprise themselves. And we've been so pleased with the entries we've had. We're going to start with Reboot, who I called out last couple of weeks ago because he bought something and he didn't pretend it was his. He was honest that he bought it.
Thank you. I was going to stick up for him there. He was an honest thief.
He was honest. And he didn't try to palm it off as his own work at all. But I said, no, it has to be something you made. And he rose to the occasion. He really did. He went back, and with a little bit of time he had left, he made something. And this is wonderful. We're truly moved that you went to all this trouble. I hope you all agree with me. I'm going to play a short video that he made, and you can judge for yourselves. So here is the entry from Reboot Needed. Yay! That was amazing. I will say also, Reboot, an extra yay, because you repurposed an old crate to make that as well. So you tick a lot of boxes there. What a fantastic effort. And honestly, I was really moved watching that. As I said so the first time I commented on it. That was just lovely. Thank you so much for going to all that trouble. I hope you're proud of yourself, because we are very, very proud of you. Yeah, just wonderful. And again, here's the picture. And what a good job. It just goes to show, when you have the opportunity, people do rise to the occasion. That's amazing. Yeah, we're so very proud of you. Well done.
It's awesome.
It is awesome.
Now, where would you like to go next?
I don't know. Do you want to go through a few, and then we'll get back to the weird customs? Yes, and there's a couple of comments I want to bring up. Talking about fires, we're talking about making soap from the ashes, which of course is what lye is. A slight process going on there, but it is essentially the ashes. So yes, hopefully that's something people can work on next year. It doesn't have to be particularly pretty or, well presented. It's soap at the end of the day. If you can make soap, then you have soap and you don't need to buy soap. Boudica says, yes, using lye crystals. She's made hard soap, blocks of soap from that. I've made liquid soap. Wood ashes next, she says. I don't have a wood fire, so I'm very envious, and I hope it really works out well for you. I'd love to see the results. Yeah, beautiful work. Absolutely. Yeah, that was brilliant. Reboot Needed. And honestly, I'm going to say that's a tough act to follow for anyone. Well done. Right. Oh, speaking of a tough act to follow.
Mince pies. The best sort of mince pies.
Now, this is from the lovely Josie. What she did last year was those bits in that bowl that look like crisps are actually dehydrated apples. Well, they do look like crisps, and I want to make sure people know what I'm talking about. If no one's ever dehydrated, they might be wondering what the heck they are. So those are dehydrated apples, which she took from last year's stash. So she dried them out, which preserves them, of course. She used those in the mince pie mix in the bowl behind the mince pies, and she made these from scratch with her own fair hands. So well done, Josie. Yay! Homemade, natural. She knows exactly what's gone into her mince pies because she made them herself. They look amazing, and they'll be just all the better for it. So really well done. Very, very Christmassy as well, the mince pie, of course. They look amazing.
Mince pies are the best.
And even people who are quite competent cooks don't really get on with pastry. It can be quite difficult for some people, and she's ticked every box there. So really well done.
You've been doing well on the pastry recently, haven't you?
Well, I don't really use pastry a lot, I will say. I'm more of a like a sweet baker, so it's more dough than pastry.
Well, whatever. Dough, pastry, same general gist.
But yeah, really well done. They're amazing.
I agree with Andrew that they do indeed look very, very tasty.
Yes, they do. And it's again one of those things. Unfortunately, to make your own mince pies from scratch, you need to make them a fair bit in advance, or at least you need to make the mince mixture. So that's planning.
But what you can do is cheat a little bit. Buy the mincemeat, and then just spice it up a little bit. Put some extra brandy in there. Put some extra nuts in there. Mix it round. Off you go. It's a cheat, but it works.
It is a cheat, but yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, nobody is going to go from I'm a massive consumer to I make everything myself. It's just not going to happen. It's a gradual process. So do what you can when you can and get used to it. And I think the more you enjoy the parts you do yourself, the more you'll want to have, dare I say, a pure recipe where you're actually making everything.
I thought you said cure.
No, pure.
Yeah, my brain translated it as cure, and then it really confused me. I never said you'd be able to buy it long term, merely that it's a bit of a stopgap.
It is. I mean, if it encourages, maybe your weakness is pastry. So it would help to maybe buy the mincemeat and work on the pastry. But the reality is, again, this is almost a preservative. You can make it months in advance. Mm-hmm. So you could just make a massive batch. Jordan, do you want to tell everyone a story about your mince pies? Oh, sorry, your Christmas puddings. Didn't you say one was 8 years old?
Yeah, years and years and years ago, my dad and I made some, and they were just amazing. They were unbelievably filling, but you could only eat half of one, and they were quite small. And they just lasted and lasted and lasted. And as Joe just gave the game away, I reckon the last one I ate was about 8 years old. It was amazing.
Like a fine wine.
Oh, yeah. By that time, it had properly fermented. The annoying thing was... Oh, now I remember, actually. I forgot about this. The annoying thing was some mice got in and ate my last two.
No!
Yeah. I just remembered this.
I'm assuming that you take a better care of your Christmas puddings now.
I haven't made. I haven't made any since then, but I should.
You're too demoralised by the loss of the last two.
I was really angry. I don't typically get annoyed at mice. It's like, whatever, they're doing their thing. Yeah, I live in the middle of a field. All is good, right? The mice do the mice thing, and they're happy. Fair enough. But when he ate my Christmas pudding, like that was something and then some, because he didn't even eat it. He just kind of nibbled a little, and that was it.
Can I just suggest if Jordan invites anyone round for Christmas dinner in 2022, just check for tails. That's all I'm going to say, because it could be mice pudding next year. Edible dormouse, says Simple Jack. I don't know if I like that. I really don't.
I hate it.
You should have put them on the treadmill, make them power the internet. They could have helped the hamster. Roy's on one with it. He's still not fermenting. So the mice said, please, Jordan, we don't want any more. And Andrew thinks it sounds like a script for a Christmas comedy programme.
It should be. I was genuinely upset. I just wanted to cut a little bit out and eat the rest.
You should have.
I should have, but my dad said, you can't do that.
Oh, come on. Look, if the 5-second rule is a thing,
Yeah, like the corner nibble is also a thing.
Yeah, just cut out all the space around it. It's all good. That must be doubly frustrating, though, because you made them yourself. You didn't even just buy them.
Yeah, definitely.
Reboot Needed says, make mince mice's pies.
I must admit, I thought it said mince pies. I was very confused.
I'll tell you something. When we run out of bugs, we'll have to start eating rodents, won't we?
Ooh, yummy.
So, yeah, mice pies next year, maybe. We'll find
My
out.
favourite salt. Are we carrying on with the Christmas decks, or are we coming back to those short?
I think
we should come back to those short. Let's keep this fluid. I'm deciding. I'm being decisive.
Yeah, you're in charge.
Decisive person, but we're going from one food type to another food type. So brace yourself, because trust me, you are not braced hard enough for this one. Which one is it? That tab. There you go. Get ready for this. Yummy.
Oh,
Joe, what's your opinion
glue
on
PVA glue?
Soren's Nick?
That looks like PVA
It
glue.
really does. It looks like the sort of glue they use in Blue Peter. When they're like, oh, just add some flour and some water and then you can glue this together.
Before you continue, can I just say to Johnny, nice to see you, Johnny. Merry Christmas. Wolfie, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for joining us.
Good
Carry on. Sorry. Looks dubious, says Sir Francis. Boudica suggesting sour cream. Fair play. Yes, it could look like it could be sour cream.
It is not sour cream.
It's very white. Yeah, Roy, honestly, that was what I would have thought. Bull semen. It just looks inedible, unappealing, and disgusting. Anyway, let's find out. Let's find out exactly what it is.
In some places in Scotland, Christmas Eve, known as Sowen's Nick. I never know how to say that.
Nicked. Knacked?
Yeah.
Nicked.
Nicked.
I don't know.
Let's go with nicked. This was the night in which Sowen would be served. So it's a fairly basic recipe, which people might like to keep in mind if Britain finds itself strapped with cash after Brexit. Oh, it's coming.
Do you know what? That's amusing. It's amusing that Brexit. Do everyone remember when Brexit was our biggest concern?
Does anyone remember when it was in the news all the time and we said, oh, could we just get this off the news now?
Yeah, if only something else would come along and replace Brexit. Little did we know. Yeah. But carry on.
Oat husks and finely ground oatmeal are soaked in water for a week. Oat husks. So basically, is
that like the skin off a pea?
Yeah, basically, like the skin of the
leavings,
the Weetabix.
Yeah. It's the bits they sweep up at the end of a shift.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Oh, it gets better though. This gives it time to ferment and separate into a quivering mass.
Yum.
Called Sowen's, and the liquid called swots.
When I first read that, I thought that said squats. And I just like this. There's nothing you can do to make this sound any less appealing, is there? Sowen's and swots.
I don't mind the name, but like quivering mass. I don't like my food to be described as a quivering mass. As soon as my food starts to quiver, I start to get going. I'm not into quivering masses of food.
It's like the Santa thing. Maybe that's his connection to Christmas. Like what is it? A belly like a bowl full of jelly. Quivering mass. I just, that's awful. What a horrible way to describe anything you're going to eat.
Apparently it's a staple dish year round for many. Yummy.
Are there any Scots in the chat? Do you eat this?
I should hope not.
And if you do, well done. Honestly, I don't know what to tell you.
Fortitude required. Well done. There is another proper tradition. This is a real tradition. Is when we roll barrels, because this seems to be the truest English tradition of them all. We have this fascination with rolling stuff. Maybe this is why we invented trains and bicycles.
What, a fascination with the wheel?
Yeah, we just like to roll stuff. You know, we roll cheese, we roll barrels, we roll fat people. It makes sense.
We rickroll.
Yeah, we rickroll on all.
But yeah, the
If
cheese
we can
thing.
roll, we do it.
Cheese and barrels, I'm aware of. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see a couple mention that you vaguely remember. I mean, we have let go of so many of our own traditions. I mean, some deserve to be let go of. Let's face it. But some we should have fought for. We should have protected them and kept them. Maybe these are things we can reintroduce, because some of our traditions are worth salvaging. It doesn't matter if it's a pointless tradition. If it's fun and it brings the community together, then we should keep it. Carry on.
No, I just want to watch. I'm fascinated with this now. Oh, I mean, don't be loud. Don't be loud. There we go. Oh, yeah, they're rolling. Those good and proper.
Big boy.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. No, 1 minute. Don't do that. Big boy view. That's what I want. There you go. Why is he wearing gloves? Little baby.
Because Splinters. What's the matter with you? I think they won. Do you think they won? That
I'm
other
not
guy
entirely-
seems very excited. I wouldn't be standing in the path of the barrels. What is the matter with you all?
No, we discovered the heavy barrels. What was the weight? Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute. What was the weight of them? They did mention it. Oh, no, it just said heavy barrels along a 300-foot course. Apparently, rolling a barrel in a 300-foot straight line does not seem that challenging.
I think it's more the taking part than the winning. Look at all the people.
Now we're talking. Simple Jack's got this. Roll out the barrel.
Yes. We'll have a barrel of fun. It's a song. But yes, this is about community. Look at all the people that turned up to watch something that for anyone else might seem pointless and insignificant. It was a community event. Like the egg and spoon race. It doesn't need to mean anything. It just needs to bring people together. Okay, what's this one? Jordan?
Oh, I was just reading. I was reading. Right, the wren is a sacred bird with many myths and legends associated with it. Some say it tricked its way into becoming king of the birds by latching onto an eagle's back, and when the eagle tired, launched itself high into the sky to claim the avian crown. I like wrens. Joe, what's your opinion on them?
Yeah, I quite like wrens.
They're cute little things with their little upturned butt.
They are.
They're
They're like little robin redbreasts. They're that kind of size.
No, they're smaller.
Well, they're much smaller, actually, yeah. But they're still cute. Like baby robins. They're very cute.
They are very cute. Apparently, though, the heartless sons of guns in the past, they used to hunt them.
Why? Okay, look, aside from the cuteness factor, it would be like eating flies for dinner. How many would you have to catch to fill your belly?
Whatever the wren's merits, there was 1 day a year in which it was mercilessly hunted throughout Britain, Ireland, and France. I don't know what was wrong with people. On Boxing Day, you may still find bands of people armed with sticks out hunting the wren. Why? Where and why?
The feathers of the captured bird would be pulled off by the hunters. Not really hunting, is it? It's like attacking a kitten. It's not. No, come on. Why not kill the rats with wings that parade through our towns and cities?
I don't know.
At least they're a good size.
But what's going on here? There's some form of football.
2 enormous teams. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? People can't always control their own weight. Kirkwall Bah.
That is a lot of people there, flipping heck.
Okay, I have a real issue. No offence to anyone Scottish. I have a real issue with words that don't finish. What is a bah?
I don't know. When's this game actually starting? That's the more important question.
Right, while you're watching this, I'm going to read this. On Christmas Day in Kirkwall in Orkney, 2 enormous teams come together for the playing of Kirkwall Bah, which is ball. I don't know why I can't say ball, but never mind. 2 games are played, one by the boys of the town and the next by the men. The players please stop moving that. The players are divided into either uppies or downies.
Doonies.
Uppies or doonies. This writing is tiny. You just need to be congratulating me for even reading this. Those who have to get the ball up the road and those who have to get it down the road. Or surely the doonies have an advantage. The uppies must get the ball to the top of the town, while the doonies aim to get the ball down into the Kirkwall Bay. Over the course of several hours, the ball is wrestled across the town. Yeah, it's rough as heck, says Anth. I think that's going to be really intensive. Intense, sorry. And I think people are going to come away with a lot of cuts and bruises after that. I bet that gets really
That sounds
rough.
awesome.
I don't think it's fair, though. I don't think
What
it's
do you mean
fair.
it's not fair?
No, because if you're trying to get it down something, then gravity and momentum is going to help you. Like pushing
but
a
it's
boulder
just
uphill
like an up and
is
down
much
the
harder.
town. Yeah, but it depends, doesn't it?
Maybe they make the boys
actually downtown. Maybe it's over such a large distance that up and downhill doesn't matter.
Maybe, or maybe the boys get maybe the boys are the doonies, and the men who have the advantage get the disadvantage. Wassailing. That actually sounds like a physical exercise or a sport, doesn't it? But it's not. Go ahead, Jordan.
Carolers coming to your door can either be a welcome visit of Christmas joy or a loud and annoying intrusion.
Nothing in between.
Apparently, yeah, I was about to say, apparently there's nothing in between. And secondly, half the population is Grinch. In the past, though, singers shouting, "We won't go until we've got some," were often being serious.
Oh, hello. Got some what?
Please specify what the sum is.
Well, some money? Some jewellery? Could be anything.
These singers would turn up at doors carrying a large vessel filled with wassail, a spiced alcoholic drink. One particular type of wassail was called lamb's wool and made from warm ale, crab apples, sugar, spices, eggs, and cream. It's the name derived from the pieces of toast floating on it that resembles lamb's wool.
I'm sorry, there's toast floating in that?
Yeah, up until the toast aspect, I'm into this.
We won't go until we've got some. That's the people knocking, but the people knocking have the drink.
One minute. In return for sharing their drink and song with the homeowner, the wassailers would expect a reward. Begging was frowned upon by authorities, but wassailing were not strictly beggars, as they were offering a drink first. So basically, they found a loophole.
Yeah.
Bad things could happen to your house if singers were not rewarded with their efforts.
With at least a little figgy pudding. Bad things could happen to your house. That's like that guy in Waukesha, who ran
Wakanda?
people over. The media reported that this SUV did it. That's to say, bad things could happen to your house. You mean the people with the drink are going to trash your home? Let's call it what it is. Figgy pudding. What do we think about figgy pudding?
I've never had figgy pudding.
Is that fig pudding? I don't even know what it is.
No, I genuinely have no idea. Let's take a look. Oh, do you know what? Figgy pudding just appears to be a Christmas pudding.
So, but do we put figs in Christmas pudding?
You put figs in these Christmas puddings.
Apparently so. I don't like the one with ice with the fake cream on top. I think that's icing, isn't it? I mean, it looks pretty.
That?
No, the one in the middle. That one. It all looks too polished.
Yeah, I don't like that, but I like the Christmas pudding aspect.
I do.
What is your opinion on flaming puddings?
Well, it's the brandy it's burning off, isn't it?
What's your opinion on it?
I like flambe.
Really, I think it's stupid.
As long as it doesn't burn. If the food goes past cooked to burned, then I'm not eating it.
Yeah, as has been discovered, that you do not like burnt food, even if burnt food translates to actually cooked.
No, come on, that's not fair.
It's accurate.
No, it's not. All my food is
Show
cooked.
me the lie.
All my food is cooked. It's just cooked. But no, I do like flambe. I like the look of it. It's so appealing. I'd pretty much eat anything, I think, if it was flambe. Don't make ridiculous suggestions now. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. No, I don't like it.
I like it. What's wrong with you? It's exciting.
I don't need excitement with my food. I just need food.
Oh, fair enough.
That looks really good.
That does look
Figgy
nice.
pudding, I'll be honest, this just appears to be normal Christmas pudding. I don't see what the difference is.
Quick question for the chat. Christmas pudding, if you like it and you eat it, cream or custard? We always talk about food. No matter where we start, we always end up talking about food on this stream, have you noticed?
Why would there be anything?
Well, you wouldn't eat it dry, would you? I know it's
Yeah.
quite moist.
Of course you eat it dry.
No, Andrew says cream. English Bird says cream.
No, Andrew said
creamy
brandy.
custard.
Andrew said
It's
brandy.
still cream. Simple
Brandy
Jack
pudding.
says creamy custard. Like tactician there, creamy custard. So Francis says, yeah, why not? I think that's both. Boudica says cream. Mr. 262 says cream.
You're all savages.
English Will's just laughing. So is Roy.
You are all savages.
One Easy Money and Tom say custard. Simple Jack says ice cream controversial. Ooh, what do we think about ice cream?
Why are you all... One minute. Why are you all cream heathens? Why can't you just have food as it is meant to be? It is meant to be a pudding by itself.
No, of course you can have other things with it. Good evening, Neil. Merry Christmas. No, of course you can have other things with it. I'm undecided on the cream versus custard debate here because I would probably enjoy it with both or either. If it's really moist, I could probably eat it without any.
Are you a Birds or
no?
Ambrosia
I'm sorry.
crusted?
I used to be Birds when Birds was all there was, and then once I tried Ambrosia, I can't go back to Birds. Sorry. And now one of my challenges for myself for next year is to make my own.
Making your own is really nice.
A nice vanilla custard. I may even make a brandy custard just for Christmas pudding. Might play around with it.
Mr. 262 says, Jordan's hatred of sauces and gravy surfaces. Yes.
Yeah, that controversy never really goes away, does it?
I don't like sauces and gravy. It's fake. Why do I want wet food? Just answer me that, right? You've got yourself a nice crispy roast potato and it tastes good all by itself. Why then would you go and dip it in water? That makes no sense.
Hang on, who's dipping it in water?
The gravy. Gravy is basically water.
Only if you have it really runny.
Yeah, it's flavoured water. It doesn't matter. The fact is, it's thick flavoured water. Why are you dipping a nice crispy potato into thick flavoured water? Would you dip it into tea? No. Then why dip it into anything?
I don't think you can reasonably say that tea and gravy are the same thing.
In terms of the structural degradation of the potato, it's basically the same thing.
Wow. Look, if it's crispy and uncovered and then you dip it in gravy, it's still crispy.
But why would you do it?
Oh, Boudica's not happy with you. She says, I'm trying to get it jumping too quick. It's coming. Oh, I can't find it. Out there.
Gravy is
dripping you savage. She called you a savage.
Well, 1 minute.
That might be the best comment.
I'm in agreement with her on this one. You're the one who's like, oh no, get me Oxo Cube or whatever nonsense you have. Your little jar of what's that? The Bisto, isn't it? There you go.
That's amazing. Savages.
I do not mind dry cornflakes, Tom.
What?
Dry cornflakes are nice. There's nothing wrong with those.
Well, from what I've seen this evening, I'm going to go for dry porridge from now on. To be
No,
perfectly
don't be
honest with
silly.
You,
Porridge is
it's
meant
put me right off that
is
weird
meant to be
fermenty
creamy
stuff.
and yummy. Anyway, moving on. We're moving on to the next one. This is slightly more bereft of useful and multiple information.
I can't believe how many food debates we have on this channel. It's truly amazing.
Yes,
Carry
you can.
on.
Santa Claus in a green suit. Because everybody knows that Santa in a red suit is just a marketing trick played by the Coca-Cola company.
Yes. And we all know what Coca-Cola were promoting before they had to stop. Probably run out. The British government probably run out. Oh, let's not get controversial tonight. Carry on.
Head to Santa's Hollow with your family throughout December and you will be expecting to see a jolly fellow with a huge white beard wearing a red suit. However, what if we told you Santa Claus was once known to wear a green suit? What if I told you one level deeper that Santa Claus was once known to wear a bear skin?
Bear skin.
A bear
That would have
skin?
been that. Imagine a man crawling out of your fireplace, covered in soot and a bear skin, and approaching your children and saying "ho ho ho." That's a trauma no one will recover from. You'd be calling the police, wouldn't you? Saying there's an intruder. For those of us in England, or possibly Britain, I've only ever lived in England, so I can't answer for that. The Green Man was someone who helped you cross the road when you were a child, when the government cared about you being safe. Do you remember that? The Green Cross Code?
I know the Green Cross Code, not the Green Man.
Yeah, the Green
Do you
Man
mean the
was
lollipop lady?
No, the Green Man was the sign, wasn't it? It was a little green man in a walking position.
This was before my time. By the time I was around, people knew how to cross the road. Like, we've seen motor vehicles for many a year. We hadn't need
We've
to be
always
told what
known
to
how
do.
to cross the road.
Then why were you being told?
Because Big Daddy government.
You don't see those adverts anymore, do you? Do you remember the old the King of the Road adverts with the little hedgehog?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't see those sort of adverts anymore. Nor do you see the wear your seatbelt adverts. You don't see them anymore.
Because we care more about the NHS than people's lives now. Have you not been watching the messaging?
No, I have not. I tuned out. Do I keep going robot-y, by the way?
No.
Okay, good. Because on my end, it keeps flashing up that there's a low connection. And I genuinely don't know why.
No, it's been fine, as far as I can tell.
Good. Anyway, read on, love.
Right, I'm going to jump to this bit because this is relevant to the green part. Father Christmas had actually been around for much longer, with various stories and legends talking about pagan winter festivals that included such a figure. In centuries gone by, though, Father Christmas appeared to represent the coming of spring, and his attire included a long green hooded cloak, as well as a wreath made of holly, mistletoe, or ivy. His role was quite similar to the Father Christmas we associate with today, mind, to make people happier throughout the winter months. That's not his job, it's to make children happy with presents. And to ride the reindeer. Not ride the reindeer.
No, he gets pulled along by them.
The sleigh that's pulled by reindeer, to clarify, but yes. I understand, I can accept that would have been... I don't know. I do believe most mythology is based on some element of truth. And I know it takes a man to travel from village to village, delivering things for a myth story to become reality. So, yeah, that's probably quite true.
Yes,
or based in
the modern era.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have an issue with that. I'm probably just green averse at this point because I'm so sick of hearing about it. Okay, what's next?
Next, meat shows. Head to your local shop on Christmas Eve, and there's a very good chance butchers in your town or city will be packed with customers. The meat shows at supermarkets are often virtually empty by the time Christmas Eve comes to an end too. For these reasons, it makes sense that there used to be an event just before Christmas Day where all the local butchers in the district would come together and sell their goods. What? These events even had a competition element to it, where butchers would strive to win the awards such as Best Fat Sheep and Best Fat Cow.
Why fat? None of this makes sense. So butchers would come together and have an event where they sold all their meat because meat shelves at supermarkets are often empty.
No. I think this is present day. Then this is what people used to do in the past.
Right.
I guess this here is basically selling off the last of the stock. After Christmas Day, you're not going to be around the next day. You're probably not going to be around the day after. So let's just get rid of everything. They didn't have refrigeration things.
I want to go through a couple of comments real quick.
Oh, by all means. And then we can nip over onto the Christmas decks as well.
Yes. Arius says, good evening, Arius, and Merry Christmas to you. Says, any feast prior to deep winter would be eating everything that wouldn't keep through the cold months. I agree. Meat shows. Boudica says, seriously, that could go so many ways. So Francis says, defo sounds dubious. My stepdad says, that's going to make me chuckle now. My stepdad says Father Christmas was the first warden who was trying to strengthen community. I think he was. It's just a shame who invented him in the modern sense of the word. Coca-Cola company and all. Live animals on Christmas Eve. Xanth raises a good point. Would they have live animals on Christmas Eve? Would they have time to butcher them?
You said they were live.
Well, best fat sheep and best fat cow would imply that they are whole. Although they could just be judging the animals.
Exactly. They're just judging the one that's hanging up.
My stepdad said weight challenge then. Yeah, not fat. Boxing Day, not so much, says Sir Francis. Gotta be quick, says Xanth. Mr. 262 says, Jordan's wit is as dry as his food. Oh, he'll like that compliment.
I do, thank you very much.
Thank you for posting the Telegram chat, Philomena. Just a quick reminder, everyone, for those of you who have previously joined us on Discord, we will be there tonight after the stream. So if you don't already have an account, we will drop some links into the chat for you. If you're already there, we will see you after the stream. All right, carry on, Jordan. Shall we get through a couple more entries?
Indeed we shall. First up, we have got Leatherman. No, 1 minute, that was the one I didn't want to show just yet. I wanted to show the non-hanging version. 1 minute.
I was going to say it's too late now.
Pretend this is the first time you've seen it. This is Andrew's wonderful bauble thing. It looks like one of those drink holders, you know?
A drink holder?
Yeah.
Like a coaster?
No. Did I say coaster or did I say holder?
I don't know what you mean. It looks like
the
a
flask
bauble
thing, woman.
Oh, right. I see. Can I just say again, Andrew, I know I keep mentioning this over and over and over again, but the stitching is amazing considering that is absolutely done by hand. I'm so impressed with your stitch work. Mr. 262 is asking, what's in it, Andrew? What did you stuff it with?
Did he stuff it with anything?
It looks like there is a bulge.
Do you know what? I'll agree with that. It looks a little bit like a cloche, or whatever they're called.
A what?
You know, the thing that the mob has and they whack you over the head with it.
Oh, a kosh.
Yeah, kosh, one of those things. Look, it's the same shape. It's a drinking vessel.
That looks awful. Anyway, yes, Andrew, what did you stuff it with? And yeah, but look at that stitch work. I'm so supremely impressed by that. Yeah, that's so good. Woohoo! Go, Andrew. With a handmade leather bauble.
And here it is hanging up. Here it is in its natural environment. There you go, on a door handle.
All right, David Attenborough.
And now we see
that's amazing.
the leather bauble hanging.
Can I also add, actually, that Andrew also cut this by hand? And if anyone has ever tried to push a needle through leather, you will know it's incredibly difficult. So, yeah, you're just getting better and better, Andrew. That's really good. Really good work. Very, very, very proud of you. Very proud of all of you. Fantastic. Woohoo!
Now we're on to the big guns. Obviously, you know, everyone's efforts so far and everything that will be coming up, but you know, they've fallen short, let's say.
Oh God.
The tree.
I knew that was coming.
The tree of immense discipline and shape. Look at the curves going on, the lines. Oh, the lovely, the engraved background. Oh, it's perfect, I tell you. Look at that tree. It's nigh on alive.
So is that a standing decoration then? Because it doesn't look finished.
Technically speaking, it is not finished.
Oh, see, but everyone else's decorations are finished. So actually, Jordan.
No. I mean, let me specify. This decoration, the only thing that needs to be done for it to be finished is I need to go along with the saw and cut along this little line that you see here.
Not the point.
It is entirely the point.
No, because you said basically everyone's efforts were mediocre compared to this masterpiece, and you haven't even finished it.
This glorious masterpiece. Like, look at it. Just look at the point, the angle, Joe.
I will say.
Flipping heck! I've forgotten the line here.
Such a good effort.
I haven't done a bit.
Oh, look! It's not actually finished.
Oh no! I've made a mistake.
Oh dear! And you're just comparing everyone else and failing them against your efforts there. Your unfinished efforts. I don't know if we should accept that, chat. I don't know if Jordan shouldn't just be disqualified for entering an unfinished ornament.
Now, the most important question of all has just been asked. I think it was by Mr. 262. He asked if it is being stained, to which I say no, because I do not have the pride nor dedication that Reboot Needed does. When I do my wood things, I just leave them naked.
Au naturel.
Exactly.
Can I just say a quick Merry Christmas to Johnster and Hasdak? Welcome. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, everyone gets a clap when they come in, apparently. I don't know why. But yeah, there you go. That was my little contribution. It does indeed look like a tree in a box.
It does. No, you know what? Seriously, it does. You've done so well. Bear in mind, Jordan doesn't whittle for a living. He picked up this hobby earlier this year.
Everything I've done on stream.
Actually,
and it wasn't this year, it was last year. It was last year because I made the little Christmas jumpers.
That's right.
They'd be amazing hanging decorations. I should have ended one of them.
And does everyone remember Jordan's first attempt at a Christmas jumper? Look how he has improved with practice.
I thought you were going to bring up a Christmas sock, to be honest.
Oh, was that the one? Whatever one was an amazing fail. And also, can we say Merry Christmas to Matt? Thank you, Matt, for joining us. Very good to have you here.
But yeah, there you go. That's my entrance. Nearly finished. That will be finished. I actually need to do that. I need to make a little snowman, and then I need to make a little jumper. And there you go. Then all three will be done.
Yeah, that's it's not something I could do. So I think that you have done very well. It's not something I've ever tried. Put it that way. So
you'd enjoy doing it. It's fun. It's interesting.
I think I would, because I find it incredibly relaxing watching you whittle. I just seem to feel very content watching people be productive. It's something to do with my brain chemistry. I don't know how it works, but I find it incredibly relaxing just watching people being productive.
Spoken like a manager.
No, seriously. Schmanager. Oh, and Johnny Red Pill Seed is here. Merry Christmas to you, Johnny, and thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
Yeah, that's next year, Simple Jack. Jordan's not a big fan, but I think if it was a whittling, he would do it. There you go. What do you think, Jordan?
I could do that, actually. That'd be quite fun.
by next year, he'll be able to whittle a turkey and a full roast dinner. Just saying. Okay. Do you want to show any more, or do you want to get back to the articles?
Do you know? I'm gonna tease one more. There you go. This is Joe's entry, or the beginning of the entry, shall we say? So tune in later on to find out the rest of it.
Yeah, strategically placed product placement there. You see that?
What, the rolling pin?
Yes. Yeah, so all I did was I got out a few things, laid the rolling pin down, got out a few cookie cutters and just spread some flour over the surface. Like, damn, I hope they fall for it.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Are these cat treats, or are they chocolate chips?
No, they're chocolate chips.
Fair enough.
How savage are you?
What do you mean, what sort of savage am I? You have a cat. Cat people are weird. They do stuff.
Well, that's true. That's true. They could have been cat biscuits. I promise there are no cat biscuits in my cookies.
Look, I'm not convinced.
But yes, no, I made Christmas cookies this year. I made sugar cookies too, and you'll see the results as the show continues. Do you want to get back to the articles? What do you want to do next?
I do indeed want to get back to the articles, because now we've got something from Somerset Live.
Ooh.
I know, the real news, Somerset Live. I must admit, I thought it was the Sun when I saw the general layout. 11 quirky British Christmas traditions explained.
Oh, hang on. I need to just say a couple more hellos, I think.
Oh, go on.
Hang on a second. Who have I missed? Aramis is here. Good evening, Aramis, and Merry Christmas to you. And I can't find the original post, so unfortunately I'm going to skip that. But, oh, hang on. Brittany, you're very welcome. Thank you for joining us, and Merry Christmas to you. I think, is that everyone? I think that is everyone. Yes, it is. Right, carry on.
Are you a Christmas pudding at Christmas sort of person? And by Christmas pudding, I mean Yorkshire pudding.
That went so well.
Thank you. Look, there's one thing I'm famed for, and that is my smooth delivery of speech.
Well, it depends if you force me to eat them with cream or custard, I suppose. But on a serious note, Yorkshire puddings I find very filling. So I tend to only really have them with Christmas dinner. But I do like them, yes. I do enjoy them.
I'm not really a Christmas pudding, a Yorkshire pudding person, and I don't have them at Christmas, so they can go the way of the dodo. Pantomimes! Joe,
no, we've done that. We've done that. Skip.
Exactly. Go away. As has been discovered. Hanging Christmas socks at the end of the bed. Apparently,
stockings! They're stockings!
People don't do that. Christmas pudding, here we go. I was just talking about this. Oh God, they mention it as well. Christmas pudding originated in the 14th century as a porridge called fermenti. This was made of beef and mutton.
And dried fruit, wines and spices. Right, somebody's lying to us. And because that Christmas pudding looks nothing like that weird, distasteful, dried up porridge thing you showed us earlier.
It wasn't dry, that was the problem. It was wet and horrible looking.
No, it looked like it dried out and there was like a skin on top, and like the baked beans that someone shoved in it had all like hardened.
Ooh, no. So
that's made with beef, mutton, dried fruit, wines and spices. Now that, I would say, is the original Christmas pudding, because of course
that sounds bloody nice.
As with the mince pie recipe, we know that there was actual meat in it originally. Thank goodness that changed.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. And I'd also still have the mince pies like that. To be fair, you'd have the mince pies like that.
You should make some. The old style recipe. Good evening, DJ Mark. Merry Christmas to you.
Good evening. He's working tonight. Good. You keep at it. Don't take any video, though, whatever you do. Not again.
Make sure to have a good rest, Mark, for next week. Christmas party time. Carry on.
Christmas advertisements. Yeah, we've covered Christmas adverts a lot.
Yeah. People say it's a tradition. I don't know that it is, and certainly not the ones that they're recently just shilling out.
When did it become a tradition?
I don't know. As we've seen looking through older ones, Christmas adverts used to. Like, does anyone remember the Bisto adverts with the Bisto family? It was telling a story. It was like watching your favourite TV show and having a Christmas special. Because back in the day, they used to be funny, witty, clever. And now they're just woke treadmills of just, inclusivity. But they don't really tell a story. They're not structured in reality. And they're not funny or witty or clever anymore. They're just political, lecturing. And also the soundtracks have really gone downhill. That dire version of Together in Electric Dreams that goes with that Alien one, if the advert wasn't bad enough, what an absolute dirge. That Together in Electric Dreams was an amazing song in the 80s. And somebody just had to come along and ruin it. If you're not talented enough to write your own music, leave the other stuff alone. We love it. Don't ruin it. My stepdad is correct.
Cover we've heard all year?
It was Oxo, not Bisto. Correct. The worst cover. I can't speak for this year, but Mad World, which was originally released by Tears for Fears, it wasn't exactly an upbeat song to begin with. There was another version released, and it's like music to kill yourself to.
I know the song you mean. It's from that Canadian guy.
It's honestly, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Just horrible. Just depressing and demoralizing. It's, if you were going to commit suicide, that's the music you'd be listening to as you do it. Absolutely awful, awful version of a song. I can't think of a worse song than that, to be honest.
What do you mean, William Shatner's Rocket Man? No, I refuse to believe anything with William Shatner could be bad. Just point blank refuse to believe that. That's not happening. Anyway, Christmas crackers. There's always excitement in the air when it's time to pull the crackers, despite knowing you will receive little more than a corny joke and a keyring. Bloody hell, there's a keyring in there.
No. What kind of naff Christmas crackers is this author talking about? The Christmas hat.
Exactly. You get a hat. You don't get anything else.
It's the reason for the season. No, I'm not having that. How dare you denigrate Christmas crackers? Carry on.
They were first made in the 1800s by a geezer called Tom Smith. What a lovely English name. It was said he came upon the idea on a trip to Paris. I find this very doubtful. The French
English
do
will
not invite anything interesting, and when they hear something that sounds like gunfire, they run away. Why would they invite that evil into their home?
English will. Why do you French people have to steal all of our great ideas? Seriously. Carry on.
He tried selling similar sweets in the UK that also included small malt though, but they weren't well received. Oddly enough, English people just like the sweets.
No, I don't think we liked anything. They're called bonbons. What a weird thing to call a sweet. English will explain yourself.
Do you know lemon bonbons?
Lemon drops. I don't know if they're the same as bonbons. I'm not a big fan of boiled sweets, but there are two that I'll make an exception for. And that is cola cubes and pineapple cubes. And I'm not a big fan of pineapple, but pineapple cubes are amazing. War for centuries, Joe, says English Will. We love you, English Will. Don't you worry. You're an honorary Englishman. Because you don't behave like those weird Frenchmen, honestly. Okay, so Jordan's been banned from the chat. Don't know why. We must have upset someone. He'll be back in a moment. Those pineapple cubes are so refreshing. I used to get them in sweet shops. Used to buy them by the quart. Used to get a little bag of them, and they had old-fashioned scales. It was wonderful. Now, I suppose you can only get them in supermarkets. Mr. 262. It might be Boudica because he hates gravy. I don't know. He keeps leaving. I think this is some kind of protest vote from Jordan, honestly.
I do not keep leaving. I keep getting yeeted out. As I was saying, do you recognise this?
I do recognise them, yes. I did my day trip to Boulogne, and we had like lemon bonbons and raspberry bonbons, and they're coated. He's gone again. Right, who in this chat is a Fed? Will you stop reporting him, for goodness sake? Let's just get this stream done. All he said was bonbon. Seriously. And he's back. Let's see for how long this time.
Yes, who's back? Back.
It's more like for how long.
Tell his hamster quick. Well,
Right, do it quick. Get the thing up. Let's start reading. Go, go, go.
get what thing up?
The thing that we were reading, the bonbons.
Oh my, there's one thing left. Oh right, you want to look at the bonbons? One minute.
Well, we started, but we didn't finish.
Look, this is not
Make your hamster work harder.
Question Sport or whatever the program was.
Would any of you be
Mastermind.
kind enough to donate a Christmas hamster to Jordan? Because the other hamster's clearly just worn out.
Would a Christmas hamster be a chinchilla?
I don't know, maybe. Talk faster, Jordan, they're all saying. Feed the hamster.
Talk faster, that'll get through the end of the sentence.
Right, they want to get back to the ornaments. We'll do the bonbons and we'll go back to the ornaments. Okay. So bonbons. What are they rolled in? Is it just dust?
Just like lemon sherbety goodness.
Yeah. They do.
I haven't had them in a really long while. I did enjoy them when I had them, though. They're very pleasant.
People are saying that YouTube is mishearing the word bonbon, and that's why you keep getting kicked. Are they like lemon drops, Aramis says? It's been years since I've had one, Aramis. I can't honestly answer that.
They're not like lemon drops. Lemon drops are lovely. These are just like, they're big, like puffy sherbet things.
I don't like that they're dusted with a powder that makes them very dry, in my opinion.
You mean it makes them dry? You put them in your mouth, you suck on them just a tiny bit, and then you start salivating.
Yeah, but then it absorbs all your saliva. Then you're dry.
What the hell do you mean that it absorbs all your saliva and then you're dry? Are you telling me if you were to get one of these bonbons, put them into Lake Superior, you'd suddenly dry it out?
For goodness sake, you just said bonbon. Stop it.
No.
Bonner.
I'm saying
Bonner.
I'm saying that.
No, you said bomber.
Well, whatever. I don't care. It's French.
Good evening, Jonathan. Merry Christmas. Daffod's here. Merry Christmas, Daffod.
Yay.
Right, so
There you go.
is that a yes or a no on bonbons as opposed to lemon drops?
Lemon drops are better.
Sweeter?
Well, not when I have them. Look at these homemade ones. Yummy.
Ooh, I would like to get into homemade sweets.
I do have a real soft spot for boiled sweets. I know you hate them, but that's because you have no class about you.
No, there are a few exceptions. I don't like them as a rule because it's pure sugar. But I like them as an occasional treat.
It's so good. Oh, I'm salivating thinking about them. Anyway, what were we doing next? Next, we were looking at wonderful, wonderful presents. So there you go.
Now, we've got 2 entries from the lovely Boudica. This is something she sent me. You may recognise the countertop there. This is something she sent me as a Christmas gift, for which I'm eternally grateful. She made some Christmas tea towels, and she made these in the last couple of weeks. The colours are amazing. The finish is amazing. I'm so incredibly proud of you, and I'm so very grateful to receive these. So there you go. So that is one of Boudica's. Woohoo! One of Boudica's Christmas entries. That's amazing. Boudica, can you tell the chat, please, approximately how long it took you to make one of these? Just to give people an idea. And it goes without saying, she did this on a loom as well. This is not by hand. But yeah, these are wonderful. I haven't used them yet. I'm saving them, and I'm start using them next week. A few hours.
You haven't? One minute. You haven't used them. You're saving them
for next week, Christmas week. I was thinking, actually, you know what? They look so nice. I was thinking of using them as a table runner for Christmas Day. I'm not even joking. They look amazing. Yeah, so proud of you, love. Honestly, that's so good. So again, the standards of Christmas ornaments this year just been amazing. And it just goes to show what you can do. I mean, she did buy the loom, granted, but this could have been done by hand if you have the skill.
But she only bought the loom about a month ago, 6 weeks ago.
She did, and she has been working on stuff like this all year without a loom, and she has been producing the most amazing stuff. Here is her second and actual entry, because I've put the other ones forward. This is now this one I believe you did by hand, Boudica.
I'm going to say yes.
Wonderful Christmas colours again.
It's a really lovely pattern.
Everyone is just nailing Christmas with their entries.
Yeah,
and
look at that.
Yeah, that's amazing. Tom is asking, does she have an Etsy? Yes, I believe she does. Oh, I don't know if she's replying to you there, Tom, actually.
I believe she shut the Etsy because she doesn't like Etsy.
I don't know. Boudica, if your Etsy is up and running, send us the link, love, and I'll put it in the chat if you would like me to.
And there you go. That is the Christmas bauble in the wild.
Yes, in its natural habitat.
I just realised it looks a little bit like a maple leaf now.
It does.
Was that the plan? Is that the aim?
Well, she is Canadian, so I suspect subconsciously. But yes, that's amazing. So as with all the other entries, thank you so much for taking the time to produce something so amazing for this challenge. Oh, well, there you go. Boudica, if you make your new Etsy, send us the link and we'll put it in the chats.
Mm-hmm.
And then people can have a look at the rest of your goods. Everything that Boudica sells is handmade. And she sells so much more than just tea towels. She does dishcloths. We were having a discussion about this, and she said, what do you wash your dishes with? And I said, a sponge on a stick, because I'm English. And if anyone else is in England or in the UK knows what I mean. And she's like, ooh, gross. And she's not wrong. So cloths, so much better. You can wash them. You can boil them. I do boil my sponge, but that's not the point.
I'm sorry, you boil your sponge on a stick?
Yes.
Explain.
I pour boiling water over it every day when I finish using it to kill any microbes or germs.
I'm also with Phil as well on this one, on a stick.
Oh, right. I tell you what, if you open a search page, let me look up Spontex, it might be. No. Let me quickly see if I can find it.
Oh, and it's sponge on a stick Tesco.
Everyone will know what it is when they see it.
Oh, I find this sincerely doubtful.
No, they will. I just can't think of the brand name.
There you go, Spontex.
There you go. Try that.
That?
No, that's a mop. Try washing up sponge. There you go. That first one. That first one.
Oh my, that!
There you go. Sponge on a stick.
Why do you have it on a stick?
So you don't have to get both your hands wet, I suppose.
Oh my god!
And you
wear gloves, woman.
And I do sometimes remember to. And you put all your fairy liquid in there.
Oh, so you have like a constant stream of soap?
Yes, if you wish. Boudica says that's awful, Joe. It is pretty dire. I won't lie. But these are used in the UK, or at least they're used in England.
No, you know what? Everyone's in agreement here, Joe, and you're a savage.
Reboot Needed says, when it loads, there we go. I've got some of Boudica's dishcloths and they're excellent. Yes, they are. Thank you for supporting a Reboot. That's very good of you. Yes, I know that's cheap shite. I'm going to have to just buy some of your cloths, aren't I?
Yeah, you will. There you go. Cut out the middleman.
Oh, yes.
What's your opinion? Okay, this is going into weird territory now. Yellow dust cloths.
Yes.
Why is it every bloody time I use one, like I've had one in my car since I started driving, and I use it basically just to wipe down the moss every now and then. But anyway, it doesn't matter how many times I use it, little yellow things come off. Does this happen for everyone?
Well, these dusters are supposed to be used on wood with something like Mr. Sheen, like a wood spray
Right.
polish.
But so they like lubrication. So why are they seemingly allergic to the moss in my car? I don't.
I would have used a sponge with some kind of scour on it to get the moss, personally, and then I'd bin them. Because moss is a parasite, isn't it? It's a bacteria, and it will
No,
spread.
it isn't. It's not a parasite nor a bacteria. It's a plant, woman.
Yeah, but it spreads like a lichen. It spreads, doesn't it? It's all over my car.
Like a lichen, eh?
Like a lichen. Yeah, just making up words now. We're back on the food. Why?
Because
Hang on. You're searching for sponge on a stick. How did we get to this?
Yeah. To be precise, sponge on a stick Tesco. But what is this bird
search
here
engines
looks rather
are
delightful.
so much fail.
I don't know if that doesn't appear to be a goose. Although it's dark meat, it may well be a goose. That is a goose. Ooh, it's a boned goose. That looks quite delightful. Joe, would you eat that?
I don't eat anything that's already stuffed. I used to stuff my turkey.
You don't. 1 minute. You don't eat anything that is stuffed.
I like my own stuffing, so I don't buy meat that's already stuffed.
Okay, but let's pretend you stuffed that. Would you?
If I stuffed it, yes.
Okay, fair enough.
But
okay.
I wouldn't stuff the meat. I would make the stuffing separately.
Do you know what is the best sort of stuffed meat, though, Joe?
What's that?
Stuffed breast of lamb.
Oh, that does look nice.
Oh, it's so good.
I thought you were going to say turducken.
Oh no, I'm not. I don't do fake food. Okay, food is not memeable. I absolutely love stuffed breast of lamb. It's just the best.
Can I ask, has anyone had turducken ever? I'm sure most people know what it is by now.
Yes.
Has anyone actually had it?
I've not had turducken as such, but I have indeed had bird inside a bird inside a bird inside a bird inside a bird.
I don't know if I feel sorry for the smallest bird or the largest bird, to be perfectly honest.
They're dead. Doesn't matter.
I understand that, of course.
Rub 'em.
Maybe. Yeah, that does look nice. Honestly, if it's lamb, you'd have to go a long way to put me off lamb.
I agree.
If you served it with frumenty, I wouldn't eat it.
Lamb is the best meat because you basically can't do anything wrong with it. It's just good.
Well, you can overcook lamb or undercook it. But
undercooking, I'll agree. Undercooking lamb is not good, but that's not the lamb's fault.
No, that's your failure. That does look nice. I will concede that. Those little baby carrots as well. They look amazing. That really looks appealing. Oh.
There we go.
What's that? Oh God. Is that turducken?
Yes, it is.
That looks rank. I'm not going to lie. That looks awful. Jonathan says lamb is minging. What?
No, lamb's awesome. Go and tell that to Roy. Roy will kill you for saying such things.
Roy says needs gravy, to be honest.
No, it's so good. Or breast of lamb is it anyway. I don't know about turducken.
That just doesn't look appealing. Where do the bones go? Is asking Johnny. Well, it would be a turkey crown, I should imagine, or a boneless.
No, you just bone out the turkey.
Yeah, you can have it boned.
Yeah, just bone them all out, you'll be fine.
That just doesn't look appealing.
Shall
I tell you honestly, that bit in the middle, which is the chicken, the white meat, and whatever that yellow crap is inside there.
I don't know what the yellow stuff is. I'll grant you that.
It looks like a hard-boiled egg where the yolk has been scrambled. That just looks horrible. Yeah, there you go, Arius. It looks like a mega flat Scotch egg. I would have put a layer of sausage meat around that personally. It's stuffing, not just sausage. Hasdak says eating poor baby sheep. I do agree. We really want to push this idea of mutton this year. It's so flavourful, and there are so many meals you can make with mutton instead of lamb. That looks slightly more appealing. There's a weird skin on those potatoes, though, unless they're eggs. The weird shape. Gala
I
pie.
believe they're potatoes.
They look oval, perfectly oval. That's so weird. Oh, God. That looks horrendous.
That does look slightly unnatural.
I don't like that at all. My God, if that was an image and you had to think up a phrase for it, what would it be? Oh, that's a nightmare. Oh, no, Jordan, that's the tiniest picture ever. Oh, there we go.
It's the blurriest picture ever, let me tell you.
It's actually quite clear, surprisingly. That looks just messy.
For God's sake, it's a tiny picture. Oh, whatever, I give up with that one.
It might be that's one of the cases where something tastes much nicer than it looks. But that looks horrible. And Mr. 262 said of that other picture, it looks like a Chinese wet market.
Anyway, we had one more entrance into the strange Christmas tradition list.
Yes, let's get that finished.
Yeah, this one graces us from our dear friends over in that part of Spain that tries not to be part of Spain, if I remember correctly. There you go, Catalonia. We all know the three wise men visited baby Jesus, but in Catalan tradition, there's an extra scene, though his gift leaves a lot to be desired. The man in question is a cagar, a charming figurine of a peasant man wearing a red Catalan cap, with his trousers down, taking a dump. The name literally means the crapper.
The Catalonians' obsession with festive defecating doesn't stop there. There's also the cagatillo, a pooping wooden log with a painted face and two front legs. It appears in homes on December 8th every year and is fed by children until Christmas Day, where it's beaten up and it poops out presents, which are usually the goodies it's consumed. Amazing. Brilliant. Poops out presents. Just remember, these children will one day be our elders. That's concerning.
But there's all parts of this that is just weird. Why on earth, when you're retelling a story, would you include some geezer who's sitting in the corner taking a dump? Surely you just leave that geezer out. Just pretend he didn't exist. Don't mind him, that's just Uncle Barry. Ignore him. He's always embarrassing.
See, this is why being inclusive doesn't work, okay? Not everyone deserves to be included. Just saying.
Oh, God. Why would you
So
include that in a story and then pass it down and down and down and down?
So when the Catalonians were demanding independence a couple of years back, they never mentioned this, did they? I wonder why they kept this quiet. Festive defecating. That phrase is never going to leave my mind. I'm traumatized.
It really does sound like something out of South Park. I think that's what Boudica said. I just missed it.
Yeah, she did mention South Park. So there you go. So, if you think some of our traditions are weird, there's always something weirder. Always something that makes you think, yeah, I'll stick with mine. Thank you very much. So the Pooing Man from Catalonia. Brilliant.
Good on them, Spaniards. Well done.
Yes. I don't know if they want to be called Spaniards anymore.
I don't care. They're being called Spaniards or they can be called the Crappers. Choice is theirs.
Fair enough. There you go.
Anyway,
back
to the piece de resistance, as it were. We have Joanne with an amazing effort. 1 minute, I want to find the first picture that I want to show. We've already seen the build-up. Yeah, 1 minute, we're putting the build-up over there. Oh, actually, we have forgotten one. What has happened here? 1 minute. 1 minute. I need to find one. Joe, cover for me.
Oh, God. Okay. Let's have a look through some of the chat then. Is everyone all ready for Christmas? Does everyone have all their things in place? Everything wrapped? Everything bought? Turkeys, geese, or duck ordered?
Actually, a significant better question would be, Joe, do you know where I need to go to find it?
Yes, at the Telegram chat.
Telegram chat, buddy. Yeah, 1 moment.
We sent
Keep
the
talking.
chocolate chips to show us the cookies. No, is nobody ready? Oh, Simple Jack is on top of it. Good for you. I think Boudica, you said you were all sorted now. Do you all find it stressful for Christmas? I suppose it depends if you're the person making Christmas or if you're the person receiving Christmas, right? For a child, Christmas is not stressful at all, is it? Except maybe the stress of wondering if you're going to get the thing you really wanted. But for those hosting Christmas, you have shopping to do, you have decorations to put up. You've got to order the bird, whichever bird you're having on the day, or whichever meat you're having on the day, or vegetables for that matter. Preparing the meal, planning for the meal. It can be quite stressful trying to get everything done.
Wonderful multitasking as always. I'm trying to find one last entrance. Don't worry, we will get there.
Whole year has been stressful. Time to chill out, says Anth. I agree. Roy says not stressful, don't bother with it. Fair enough. So Francis has more to do. Simple Jack, I like this. I'm skint but love giving. My stepdad, everything has been wrapped. I did most of that. Few things to do, says Philomena. Aramis says, oh God, no, I'm making my list and checking it twice right now. Oopsie. Boudica says, I'm done. I'm sorry to hear that, Tom. Tom says, I had the coup for the last 2 weeks, so only got a tree today. I hope you catch up, Tom, and I hope that you've recovered sufficiently to enjoy it. Mr. 262 says, directing my wife to cook all that food is pretty stressful, in all honesty. Oh, I bet it is. I like doing the cooking. I think the presents are starting to get really stressful for me.
I don't know what to buy anyone.
Well, people start specifically making lists now, and I think that should stop.
I don't like lists. I don't like anything of such ilk.
Johnny has lost track. Sorry, Johnny, but hopefully you can catch up this week. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Arius. I hope all is well, or at least I hope it's not too serious.
So do I.
And that yes, and that she has a full recovery. A reboot needed, says all set here, got everything in already. Some people are super organised. Well done, you. The rest of us, hopefully that will come with time. Okay, this is an honorary mention. Mrs. Daffyd isn't here with us, unfortunately, at this time. But Mr. Daffyd, also known as Daffyd, has very kindly shared with us some of her amazingly artistic creations. So well done, Mrs. Daffyd. I can't say well done, Daffyd, because it's not your work. But woohoo, Mrs. Daffyd. Timestamp this, Mr. Daffyd, and get her to watch it later. How amazing are they?
I love them.
Right, show us. Can you zoom out a bit, Jordan, so we can see all of them? Sorry.
There's one in particular I love, and I can't help but laugh.
Hang on. Is that Gollywog doing whiteface? Oh my God. Mrs. Daffod's right. She gets a big thumbs up from me. That's amazing.
I've been sitting here laughing for the last 2 minutes.
I tell you something. I do love the owls and the squirrels. They're just amazing. Are these gingerbread, Daffod? Do you know? Are these all gingerbread or shortbread or?
No, they were plasticine.
Oh, that's right. I do remember. Yes.
Oh God,
these are so good.
I'm crying.
You should keep these and hang them on your tree every single year.
They're amazing. They're really genuinely awesome.
You can bake plasticine
the
and
little-
harden it like clay, can't you?
The little owls are fantastic.
They are. The detailing. They're made from clay. Yeah, you can bake them then and harden them.
They're
Look, there's a little
good.
mini white-faced gollywog. I didn't even see that before.
I'll find it out.
They are amazing though. She's extremely talented.
They're so good.
And please tell her that we're all really impressed. She's done such a tremendous job, especially the baubles. Just fantastic.
They're all perfectly round.
They are.
They're all
very envious.
They're all perfectly round, and that little bit on top, like
Even
the
my
hat,
cookies
it's
didn't
awesome.
come out that round.
No, and you were using a bloody cutter.
I know.
Oh, one minute. Philomena's telling us off. She says, no, not plasticine, Joe.
No, we've already covered that. Mr. 262.
I was busy laughing. I wasn't listening. I agree with Tom. They're smashing.
That little Trudeau looks amazing.
So good.
Seriously, Mrs. Daffod is just amazing. So seriously, Daffod, please tell her that we're incredibly impressed.
Yep. Fully agree.
Yeah, well done. They're amazing. So,
on to the now piece de resistance, the final one. There's Joe and the tiny biscuits.
So these are just regular Christmas cookies. As you can see, I've shown them in various stages. I did forget to take pictures while they were in dough stage. But there's a few pictures here. I made loads of little tubs of different coloured icing. I made sugar cookies. I forgot to squash them down before I bake them, which is why they've all got like a Mrs. Pac-Man mouth on them.
I was going to question this.
It's because I squashed them down after they started to bake on the outside. If I remembered to do it before they started cooking, they would have been fine. As you can see, they're little I was going to say Christmas stockings. No,
Christmas socks.
No, they're not socks.
Candy canes.
That's it, candy canes. Yes.
Yeah.
A little not gingerbread man. We didn't make gingerbread because none of us are keen enough on gingerbread to make so much gingerbread. But
yeah, because you're flipping weird.
We are going to make batches of gingerbread and shortbread, and I'm going to go and hand them out to my neighbours for Christmas presents.
That's lovely.
Yeah. So there you go. Just sat there for hours just decorating these. You can probably tell there's no icing bags or anything because I didn't have any. So all of these were decorated by either dipping them into icing or by spreading them with the back of a spoon and getting rid of the lumps with a toothpick, as you can see there. So you don't need to spend loads of money on, paraphernalia. They came out really well. I'm really quite proud of them.
Can you explain what has gone on with the well-tanned one down here, please?
Right. So, like I said, we didn't make gingerbread. So
you gave up on life and you created that.
It's shortbread, which I tried to paint brown. So I made some brown icing. It didn't quite work.
No, I'm not sure anyone has ever made brown icing before. I think this is a world first.
Just wanted to see how it would look.
I hate to tell you this, love. It might not be the strongest entrance.
It was fun. So much fun.
Look, everything else, fair enough. Everything else, it looks great. These here look like some weird sort of like. Who's the geezer with the paint?
Don't you knock my sugar cookies?
Who's the geezer with the paint, Joe? He just flung it around and said it was art.
I was having an abstract period. It was my abstract period.
Yeah, it was your abstract period here. You've got glaucoma here. I really don't understand this at all. This is like saw/slash.
That one you're pointing at now, I actually made a blue icing star on it, and it looked rubbish, so I just dipped the whole thing into the bits to cover it up.
Wait. Of all things we've seen tonight, like, you know, the brown man, the glaucoma cookie, the weird modern art cookie,
You
and
have to read
the
this
whole
comment out.
slash thing. 1 minute. Can you explain to me the spoon that is upside down?
Yes, I told you I didn't have any paraphernalia. I was using the back of a spoon to ice the cookies.
When you say the back of a spoon, to me,
the end of the spoon.
This is the back of the spoon. This is the handle.
Right. I was using the end of the handle to spread the icing because I didn't have any piping bags or anything.
It must also be said, like, the number of hundreds and thousands is quite extreme. Like, it's unreal levels of hundreds and thousands.
Oi, my stepdad called them the glaucoma cookies. Come on, they're not that bad. It was so much fun, though.
I'm glad you had a lot of fun.
It was so much fun.
It looks like a lot of fun.
It was fun. It was really nice to be artistic in such a way as no one cares, because they're getting a treat. So, like, enjoy the treat or shut the hell up, you know? So it was great to just finally be artistic. I'm not particularly artistic. That one was a fail. Shut up.
What do you mean a fail? I thought this was the best one.
No, it's the worst one. I didn't let the icing dry and I just kept dropping more drops on it. I did better, though, with the others.
Like, when in doubt, just add more. Is that how it works?
Show some of the others, for goodness sake. That's like my worst effort.
There you go.
No, the decorated ones. As you can see, that one that I started eating because I couldn't wait.
I didn't even know.
But no, they were delicious. They came out really, really nice, and it was tons of fun. And it's something I'm going to do way more often because it's such a tiny little bit of time it takes up. So easy to make, and it just incredibly relaxing. Like watching you whittle. It was fun just sitting there, you know, decorating them.
Mm-hmm.
I tried that, Daffyd, with the parchment paper, but I couldn't get it to stay together while I taped it down, and I gave up after a while. But I've seen loads of people show you how to do that.
Yeah, this is the cookie in its natural.
Yes,
position.
There you go. Proof that it is in fact a Christmas ornament, because that one's being saved as a Christmas ornament. I'm going to see if it survives this Christmas. It might crumble and fall apart and just fall off the tree one day, which I have to keep in mind.
The cat will eat it.
I don't want the cat to eat it. Exactly.
The cat will eat it.
But there you go. So, yeah, that was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it for anyone if you've got the time. And that was literally icing sugar or caster sugar, butter and flour. That's it. Just 3 ingredients. So easy to do. The icing sugar for this, we just mixed icing sugar and water. You're supposed to do it with egg whites and milk. But the cookies came out so nice and sweet that you actually didn't really need to add any more sugar to it. Can I just say Merry Christmas to Josie and thank you. I hope you were here earlier, Josie. We showcased your entry into the challenge, your wonderful mince pies. And they were a massive hit. And thank you so much for thinking of us. And everyone was really impressed. So thank you so much for taking part. And Merry Christmas to you. Billion of hundreds of thousands. The funny thing is I had 1/2 of a pot of them, a small pot. And that first cookie I dipped took most of them, which is why there was nothing much of anything on the other ones.
What a wonderful excuse.
Well, I didn't prepare for the sugar strands, or whatever you want to call them, hundreds and thousands. I didn't expect one cookie to use most of them up, to be fair. So we made a basic cookie mix, then sugar cookies. That was also just flour, sugar, and butter. To that we add 1 egg and a half teaspoon of vanilla. And it was a slightly softer mixture. When I bit into the sugar cookie, it had a very soft, almost sponge-like centre. It's just amazing. Oh, right. I just said thank you to Josie, by the way, Jordan, while you were making tea. as she wasn't here earlier, thanking her for her entry.
Oh, right, we can pop them up. Oh, there you go.
Oh no, she said she was here earlier, but there you go. Yeah, I'm so impressed when people make things from scratch. To make your own mince pie filling is quite an achievement. It requires a lot of planning beforehand. So yes, thank you ever so much. My stepdad says, Joe, you might enjoy the YouTube channel Sue Hulk. She bakes stuff, is really relaxing. She's a really nice person. John, can you make a note of that, please? And thank you very much for that, my stepdad.
I can indeed. Sue Hulk.
Joe sprinkles like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, I'm afraid, as I said, the first cookie took all of it.
I love what you say. You say the first cookie took all of it.
Well, the first two.
What the heck happened with the second? Look at it.
No, all right. The first two took it all, and then what was left was that one in the middle that looks like it was not much of an effort.
The glaucoma cookie.
It did have blue underneath it, so it probably does look a bit ill. But yeah. Can you just show the other trees there, not just that one failed tree? There you go. So the other trees came out a bit better.
There you go.
The baubles didn't all run into each other.
Have you ate them all now?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Are you making more?
Oh, yes.
When are you making more?
Probably to Sunday. I'm making proper shortbread on Sunday. The legit stuff. All butter shortbread. And then I should be making probably Wednesday another batch of cookies. I don't know whether it's sugar cookies or the others. I don't mind which.
You should make some mince pies.
I'm going to make them fresh and as close to the day as possible, because on Christmas Eve, I'm going to go knock on all the neighbours' doors and deliver them a cookie and a Christmas card and some seeds.
And mince pies.
I don't know about the mince pies. I don't know if I'll have time to make those.
You could make them for yourself, though.
Yeah, but I don't have time to make the mince meat, so now I'm going to have to buy that, and I feel like I'm cheating.
Yeah, but I just told you the solution. What you do, you buy the mince meat, fair enough, not perfect, not ideal, but such is life. You then add in a little bit of brandy, you add in a little bit more candied peel or some extra fruit or whatever, and then you mix, and you add some nuts and done.
I actually don't have a mini muffin tray, so I'm going to have to get one of those as well. Shameful, isn't it? Yes, I am, Mr. 262. If anyone wanted some of these, I do apologise. I used them all. Mr. 262 says, I like the top middle one. It follows you around the room. Oh, God.
This one really is quite spectacular. But this one here is spectacular because it's eye-catching. This one is just striking.
That one was really nice. It was like this kind of green and white, and I'd done the Bakewell tart trick, by dragging the cocktail stick through it.
Do you know what this looks like to me? Right, this looks like Zorro's having a practice run.
I thought it needs a bit of red because it's not Christmassy, and now it just looks like it's a horror cookie. Oh wow! Look, DJ Mark's even putting me to shame here. Even I got a muffin tray, Joe. I've never made anything sort of mini before.
Jackson Pollock, that's the geezer I was thinking of. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. I was trying to think of that too. The good news is, if anyone wants horror-themed cookies for a party, I'm your gal. But yeah, it was just fun. It was enjoyable, and I hope that anyone who tried something, maybe you didn't get around to finishing, anyone who tries anything like this, I hope you enjoy it, because that is the point.
It is.
To have fun. And it was really enjoyable.
Everyone who's made something has had a damn good time making it.
Yes.
Like, Reboot had such a great time. He also made a video to go along with it, which you can all go and watch. Properly, with sound.
That video is on our Telegram chat. So if you want to go and have a look at that, please do. You've all just done amazingly well. I know not everyone's had time to take part in this, but those who have, we're so very grateful. So very grateful that you took the time to take part in this challenge. It just goes to show that we can do things that maybe we didn't think we were able to do, or we can find the time or whatever. I hope that whatever anyone takes away from this year is that we are not defined by other people. We decide who we are, and we decide what we're going to be. It's been quite a ride, hasn't it, this year? And I hope we're still together next year. I hope everyone keeps on trucking, and I hope everyone remembers that the only thing that can stop us is us. It really is very important that we do not let other people define us or hold us back.
I'm not sure if I'm back or if Joe is just carrying on the conversation.
No, you're back, but every time I tried to bring you in, you disappeared.
Heck yeah. It's my favourite sort of disappearing act.
Absolutely. So anyway, on that note, wow, gone over 2 hours tonight. We hope you've enjoyed the stream. We hope you've enjoyed seeing the challenges. Again, a big thank you to everyone. A big thank you for sticking with us. We're going to be, as we said earlier on the Discord, in about 5-10 minutes, just going to go and get a drink. So we hope you can join us. Does anyone need the link for the Discord before we go? Speak up now if you do, and we'll post that. For everyone else, we'll be over there in about 10 minutes, as I said. If anyone cannot join us next Wednesday, we will say good night to you all. Thank you for spending this year with us. We hope to have many more together. Merry Christmas. Be safe, be well. Look after yourself. And enjoy your life. It's your life. No one else gets to decide how you live it. So, yes, thank you. Take care. Be safe, and good night all.
Indeed.
We'll see you
Bye
very
for now.
soon in the Discord. Bye-bye.